Good morning. Let's do some makeup. This is the Seint Beauty cream makeup that is customizable to you. Not just customizable to your skin tone and to your needs, but also to your budget, which is like winter chicken dinner. Anytime you can get something that's actually customized to you and your budget, I mean, what? You say less. All right, so I'm doing my contour really quick. So this is my, it's a 3D cream makeup palette. And the reason that it's 3D is because you just put the makeup where you need it for that specific feature. So right now I'm doing a contour. So I'm going to go through, I'm going to contour my face. This is going to kind of add a little bit of depth, shadows, manipulation if I need to look a little skinnier on my jawline here. A few things like that. With the little goozle here. The little hangy part that we just love. So you kind of go through and you start mapping out your face. Now I'm going to use a little bit of a deeper shade contour too. Because I like to use 2 contours because I'm a little extra. But you don't have to do that. And this is a really dark one. It's called Indigo. But it blends out beautifully. So don't be scared of it. Now, I will give you recommendations. If you get a color match, it's colormatchbysusie.com. But I will give you these recommendations, and then you do what you will. You can say, yes, I'll take that, or no, I want to pick my own colors, or I want to change something, or I want something, you know. But I like to just kind of recommend and say, this is what, based on my experience and my studying and my expertise, this is what I think you need. Because I have matched hundreds of women. Now I'm going in with my main shade. This is, for me, the shade Sandy. So I did use olive and indigo as my contours. When I match, I typically will give one contour, a brightening highlight, a main highlight shade, and a brightening highlight shade. And so I've just contoured. Now this is my main shade. I kind of just go through and just really lightly put that on my face. And then I'll go in with the brightening shade. We also have brushes, and I typically will suggest a brush for you too. This is the detail brush. I love this because I feel like it's just so easy for me. But for someone that's just starting out using it, the 3D brush is like the brush that dreams were made of. So you could definitely use that one. And these are designed to work just hand in hand with this makeup. And it does work so good. And they're double-ended. So it's a twofer. It's a 2 for the price of 1. That's what a twofer means. And I like to go in and put that over my eyelids too, because they're a little veiny and sometimes purpley or pinky. And there are color corrections built into these as well. So depending on your needs and what you say, I have trouble with this, or I have rosacea, I have this, that's where I would come in and say, you know, this is what you need. However, there is a but. If you wanted to match yourself, you can totally do that too. You can go to the website and look. You can just click on the link in my profile and shop Seint, and then one of the little tabs, it says match yourself or find your shade, and you can go in and find exactly what you think that you would need. You look at some pictures and you say, I identify with this skin tone. And then you just, it tells you this is what you need. And that is really easy too. But that's more of a cookie cutter. So, you know, it's kind of like a computer program. If you need one that's specific to you, then you might want it more customizable. But if you say, I just need to do the basics, I just want this, then you could totally just, you know, buy it right off the shelf. So now I'm just going through and I'm blending all together all these colors. And look at that. It just starts coming together just seamlessly. Now I've not done my blush or my bronzer yet, but we're getting there. No, don't you worry, we're getting there. And don't worry about it looking crazy, because if it doesn't look crazy to start with, you're not doing it right. In my opinion. And you also want to be careful not to over blend, because the purpose of having it is to be able to kind of see it. You just don't want it to be like Halloween scary, but you do want it to be noticeable, like, oh, look at the shadow, look at this, because I have more rounded cheeks, but when I do this, it makes me look a little slimmer. That's just part of you working and mapping out your face, and you finding what you feel looks best on you. Because some people want rounder cheeks, some people want it's to each their own. There's no right way, there's no wrong way. I will assure you of that. You just do what makes you feel beautiful in your skin, and that's what works. That's exactly what you need to do. I like to drag you down my neck, and then now I'm going to go in with the bronzer, but I just have several bronzers here because usually I'm messy with it. I just So I will go in and use my Bella bronzer. Sometimes I will also use a little bit of Xanadu, which has got kind of a little shimmery to it, but the Bella bronzer is not for coverage. It is just for a little added warmth, and it's very sheer. So, look at that. It's all... Have I been to the beach? Maybe. You'll never know. You'll never know, but I'll know. And I've not been at the beach. But it sure does look pretty, though. There's nothing to me like just a nice little bronzy glow. That to me makes me feel better than probably antibiotics. If I've got the flu, just give me some Bella bronzer. I'll be fine. All right. So we're just going to do a less than 10-minute makeup look. Now you can powder if you want to, or you don't have to. It's totally up to you and your the way your skin is. Now I'm going to go in with the shade Rosewood, which is my favorite. Love this. It is just this really pretty kind of a orangey-ish brown. But man, is it so pretty for the fall. But I'm not going to lie, it looks good in the summertime too on tan skin. It's just a warmer cheek color. You can put it on your lips and your cheeks. Now I could go in, I have another layer for eyes. Whatever I want to do there. I have powder here. I have a little brush cleaner. So, the possibilities here are endless. You don't need all this, but you can get as much as you want or as little as you want for your specific needs. That's why it's customizable. But look at that finish. What a difference. What a difference. And then I always like to go in with my Perfector sponge in the very end and bounce that all around my face. Pick up any extra product and also blur any harsh lines. But after that, look how much prettier that is. My skin. So it still looks like skin, but it just looks very natural and then just kind of evened out, and it's got a little bit of a glow to it without being greasy. But again, you can powder if you want to, use a setting spray, whatever. But there we go. It's colormatchbysusie.com, and I would love to help you out. So send me a message. Get your color match on.